think like 100 bob or 150, like that cheap. At 8 in the morning. I'm like, oh, I think this is the time someone proposes. Oh, and guess what? That was it. He never proposed. Like, I don't know, the ring kneeling down, or so he was like, okay. How can you be there without money? And why do you have this small phone? Hi guys, how is everyone doing? I'm okay. It's raining here and it's a bit cold, but hey, we have to come here, make your day. So today it's a different day, and I've decided to bring this up because there's someone who needs help. One of our girls, hi lady, she needs help, and I thought the best way to give her help is to bring up to you guys and you see how you can advise. So I'll read for you her message and then I'll try to discuss about it. Then I want you guys to comment, advise her what she should do. But again, I need you to share the message, share this video, subscribe, watch until the end, like, and then we can continue to have such messages. And by the way, if you need some advice, if you want your message out there, you need people's opinion, please send me, chat me on my YouTube channel. Then I'll give you a WhatsApp number or an email that you can use to get me one-on-one. So as I said, today is a special day for this. It's a discussion, I would say. So, hi Kitty, my name is, do I have to tell? Okay, let me just read one name. Hi Kitty, my name is Joyce and I need your advice. I have been married for 4 years and I have 2 kids. Since we got serious in the relationship, my then fiance started controlling me on who to hang out with, and I never took it serious, or I never saw it as a problem back then. But now that we are married for 4 years, I feel so lonely because he managed to control and forced me to cut off all my good friends that I had before I met him. I tried my best to fight it, but for the sake of peace, I cut off everyone he didn't like. I tried my best to explain, I tried my best to talk to him, but it was always a fight. It really hurts me a lot because I miss all my friends. He only wants me to hang out with my in-laws, which is not my choice, and I'm not myself around them. My life is work and home. If I want to hang out, it's either I go with my friends and I lie about it, which I can't do all the time. Yet for him, he kept all his friends. Kitty, what would you do if you were me? If you were me? Yours, Rose. So, this is sad. Really, really sad. So, someone has been married for 4 years. In the 4 years, the guy has managed to make her cut off her friends, all of them, more especially those that he doesn't like. Why would you do that? And who does that? So, you met this person, she had a life, and then you come from nowhere, you start telling her, oh, I don't like this, oh, I don't like that, oh, this friend is not good for you, oh, this friend, da da da, oh, sure. But why do men do that? Like, why would you make someone cut off their friends? That is so sad. That is so bad. That is so unfair. When you get married, you're not going to prison. You're not going to a relationship to be controlled and told who to hang out and who not to hang out. And remember, he kept his friends. He kept his friends. According to Rose, that whenever like she tried to talk about it, it used to be a fight. So she decided to have peace and cut off her friends. So why would now, guys, I need you to chat me, to comment and advise Rose. Going forward, when I get such messages, I'll not be mentioning names for the sake of security. I'll not be mentioning names. Good enough, she wrote one name and no one can tell who is Rose. So, back to the topic. This person makes you forget about your friends, makes you leave your friends, and he keeps his friends, and then he's forcing you to be close to your in-laws because he knows they will be watching over you. Seriously. First of all, let's look at the man. I believe such people who do such things, first of all, that is controlling. Number two, most of the times, people who do such things, they are cheaters. Yes, I've said it, they are cheaters. They are cheaters in a way that they think whatever they are doing out there is the same thing you're going to do, or you're doing out there, which is a bad thing, because you cannot tell me that I cannot hang out with my friends. Give me one good reason, like one good reason. Oh, that girl, I don't. By the way, I know someone who is in that situation, I think. But whatever it is, it's childish to cut off friends. For you, a man, to make a woman cut off her friends, it's really bad. So, in my understanding, Rose, I believe that this person, your husband, must be a good cheater. I'm sorry to say it, but he must be a good cheater who is doing bad things out there. He thinks that you're doing the same when you go out with your girls. So the easiest way for you actually not even to catch him is to keep you in the house, is to make sure you're around people he knows that they'll be looking after, like looking out for him. So once you're with in-laws, you cannot cheat. You cannot cheat because he thinks you're cheating, because that's what he's doing. But again, if you're cheating, why do you think if your wife will do the same thing? That is you. That is you. You cannot make someone cut off their friends because you're doing dirty games outside your marriage. And that is controlling. Like, seriously, let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. Why would you control? You know, we need to move on from this old school thing of men controlling women, of like in like staying, you know, like these are the same people who make their wives known to work. Like, I know people who are not working, not because they don't want to work, but because the man is controlling her, refusing her to go out there because he thinks men are going to hit on her. Maybe she's going to cheat on him. But the logic behind it is they are cheating. So they think, first of all, you catch them. Second, once you go out there, you open up your eyes, You see that you're in prison and move on and stand for yourself. But surely you married this person out of love. You decided this is the right person. And you find this person a grown up who makes their own decision. So why would you put them in the house, in your home, and then you start controlling who they hang out with and who they should drop? And yet for you kept all your friends. So guys, if you ask me, marriage is not easy. I keep on saying that. Marriage is beautiful, but again, marriage is this one hard situation that one of you, and I mean it, one of you has to go to be so down to earth and the other one has to be all over. So the moment you try to be on the same level, it doesn't work out. And I believe that's why she said that, she tried to complain and it was always a fight. She decided to have peace and drop everything. That is cutting off her friends to have peace. That is her being down to earth and letting the guy be whoever he wants to be. So in such a situation, what do you do? Ladies, I need you to comment and tell me, in such a situation, what do you do? Do you cut off all your friends and, do as he says? Do you become stubborn? I believe becoming stubborn will not be the best option because, okay, it depends also if that is the only weakness he has or the other weaknesses. At the end of the day, you have to weigh and say the good things are better than the bad things or the bad things are better than the good things. Depending on what is higher, it gives you an idea of what to do. If he's a good provider, he's a good husband, he's a good father, and maybe that's the only weakness he has, which I doubt. So what do you do? Ladies, what do you do? This is for you and me. So first of all, if I take it on me, I think the best thing I would do, of course, I've talked to him 1,000 times, it's always a fight. I've tried to convince him. I've tried everything in my power. I think the best thing I would do is to involve in someone else. It can be parents, if he has parents. It can be one good person that he trusts, that one person that he respects a lot, that one person that tells him something and he listens. I would talk to that person. If it's a brother or a friend or a father or a mother, I'll talk to that person and ask that person to talk to him. Because not every married woman wants to cheat on their husbands. There are those that are settled and they are happy. There are those who are not happy and of course they can do it. I'm not saying that, women are innocent. No, not all of them. But at least most of them are happy. Like, they want to be wives. They want to stay married. So if you want to stay married and you want to stay a wife to this person, there are some things you don't do, like cheating, like, and most of the times they say a marriage, it's a woman who keeps the marriage. So sometimes you look at the things that this husband is telling you to cut off and you're like, for the sake of my marriage, let me just cut it off. For the sake of my kids, let me just cut it off. So personally, I would involve in someone. As I said, it can be anyone, because I'm sure, like Rose, you know your husband very well. You know that one person that he respects a lot. I don't know who it is. I would say I don't even care who it is, but it can be anyone, a friend, a brother, a sister, or a mother, or a father. Go to that person, sit down, tell that person what is happening. let that person go talk to him. Because if that person is married, it's even much better. At least he will show him by example, like, this is how I do it in my family, this is how I treat my woman, this is what da, 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 da. Then maybe he'll learn 1, 2, 3 things from him. And again, if that does not work, you need to check your options. You need to see what he brings on the table. Most of the men who do that, they are men who are not like really like family men. Like, there are different types of people, of men generally. There is this family man who will do anything for his family, anything. He will provide, he will pay school fees, he will parent, he will pay buy food, everything. But once he's out there, his happiness is cheating. There is that person. And there's this other man who will not provide anything, make noise for you. All he does is sleeping and killing it, I mean, sex. That's what he brings on the table. And then basically it adds you nothing. You're always in a fight. Give me money for this, give me money for that, da 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 da. Take care of your children, school fees. Like, you have to remind him and you have to make it a song for him to do something for you. There's that type of a man. And also there's this type of a man. He doesn't care. Okay, if you ask money, he'll give you, but he emotionally is not attached, is not there. And it's like he's living double lives. There's also that one person. So you need to see the kind of a husband you have. And among the 3 categories I've given you, where does he belong? So to me, if he's this person who belongs in a category of, he takes care of his family, he provides everything, and all he needs from you is to cut off your friends and stay home without friends. And if you don't have a job, then I think the best thing you can do is sit down, be a wife, and follow his rules. But if he doesn't provide for his family, if it's a hassle providing for his family, not that he doesn't have, but you guys are not a priority for him, my sister Rose, then you're in a wrong marriage. This person wants you to lose your mind. This person intentionally is torturing you to lose your mind, so that maybe one day, one time, you will just walk away and then he gets his freedom. Because some people, when they don't want you, they don't even say. They don't say that I don't want you, get out of my house. They don't say. So some people will just mistreat you to make sure that you get tired and walk away. There are those people, and such people are so many. So you look at yourself. Do you really deserve the life you're living? There's this one thing I heard on the radio, and they were saying that most of the women, they have a plan B, which I believe and agree and support. Because when you're living such a life of being treated like nothing, it's automatic you need to have a plan B. Because it's too obvious that, this marriage is not going anywhere. So you need to start thinking, in case I get tired of fighting, in case this does not work out, in case this goes south, what will I do? So that's how women end up having plan B. But if you're happily married, in marriage there are always problems. But if you see this person is really trying and they want you, they will do anything to keep you. Yes, they'll cheat, but at the end of the day, they'll try their best to protect you from all of that drama he does outside his marriage. He will do anything, for you not to find out, and provides for your family. Then that's a marriage you say, okay, let me keep on pushing. Let me keep on, ignore whatever I see. Because there's nothing like a perfect man or a perfect woman. We all have weaknesses. But at least when someone is trying, you also try to fight and hope things will get better. So for someone who doesn't try and they are really, really treating you like trash, my sister, start having a plan B. I'm not telling you to divorce. I'm not telling you to leave your husband, leave your children, blah, blah, blah. No. I'm telling you to be smarter. To be smarter. Try everything. Try everything. Or sometimes, there are women, there are women there who are so good at ignoring whatever they see. Like, they notice that their husband is cheating and they ignore. They notice they ignore. There are those kind of people. And there are other people who cannot take it. They catch you one, twice, thrice, they are out. They are those ones. So my dear, see what you're getting in that marriage. Generally, besides the kids, what else do you get in that marriage? Is this guy taking care of you the right way, providing for you? Is he a family guy? Is he this kind of a guy who will fight for his family? Who will die for his family? If he's that kind of a guy, then just sit down and, keep talking and praying so that, God can change him. And then, the rest you can survive with it. But if he's not, if he's this guy who keeps on torturing you in every department of life, like, as I say, it doesn't pay school fees, it doesn't do things, then look for plan B. So by the time you come to ask for advice, I believe that is like 0.1% of the problems you have that you've managed to share. So you wait and see what you're getting out of that marriage. Is it worth it? Is it the life you want to live? Is it the life you want to spend for the rest of your life? Like, that's how you want to live. If you think it's too much for you, start looking for plan B. You can go get a job and keep yourself busy. Oh, by the way, you said you're working. It's work home, work home. Yes. So focus on your job and your children and let him do his things. Focus on that. But again, I insist, if you've not talked to anyone about it, like someone to try to bring you guys together, you can also try therapy. Yes, therapy helps. It helps. You can also try a marriage counselor, a marriage therapist, and see if they can put some sense in him. Sometimes Africans, we find it funny that you have to bring an outsider, to tell you how to run your marriage. But sometimes it helps. It helps in a way that it may not help you to be together, but again, it will help you realize something else, like you need more, or you're better off without this person, something like that. Like, it gives you closure. So the thing is, let a third party come in and try to put some sense in him. It can be a friend, as I said, or someone, or a therapist. You need to try everything before you give up. Like everything. Because if you give up so easily, I don't know how long you've tried to talk to him about it. I don't even know if you've managed to bring in a third party, but I need you to keep trying, do everything, try everything, so that by the time you give up, you're not guilty of anything. You're like, I did everything. I tried everything. Even when you walk away, you'll not feel bad. You'll be so proud of yourself that, you know what, I did everything I think it was not meant to be. So you live with a happy heart that you did everything in your power to keep the marriage going. So make sure you've done everything. Make sure you've tried everything to talk to him, to bring in a third party. Even parents do a lot for kids, because at the end of the day, if the two of you cannot agree on something very important, let me tell you what it means not to have friends. It's very, very scary and lonely. I struggle having friends in Kenya. I always miss my girls back home. Sometimes I wish I can just fly like a bird and land there and, part with them, go for dinner or lunch with them and then come back. Sometimes I wish like I can just drive there. It takes, actually, when you're not careful, you can even get depression. Yes, because you're so lonely. Your life is on one thing or two things every day. And sometimes you need to talk to someone, that one person who really gets you, that one person who puts a smile on your face. So now this person is making you cut off everyone that you know, everyone who can calm you down when you're in trouble, everyone who can, you can talk to and they understand you and advise you. Because at the end of the day, we all need someone to talk to. Yes, we do. So it's very, very important to have friends around you. So it's not fair at all for someone to tell you to cut off all your friends. It's not fair at all. And it's not something you have to take lightly. No. It's something you take seriously, because at the end of the day, I wish he can also try that for like a month. Yes, for like a month without meeting his boys. He's only entitled to meet his in-laws, and then we see how it works out for him. Because sometimes people who are controlling to that extent, I think they know better. And actually, they don't even consider your feelings, because that's an emotional torture. An emotional torture whereby you're not allowed to have someone to talk to. And he knows what he's doing. He knows that the moment he cuts you off your friends, when you guys have problems, you will not go talking around. No, because now no one will advise you what to do. So he knows you. Just cool down, follow his rules. That is really sad. Rose, I'm so sorry you have to go through this. And I hope by the time you see this video, I hope other people will comment and give you advice, and you get a lot of options in terms of advice, because now I believe we are the friends you have, because now you're not allowed to see your friends. Do you know being there stressed and you cannot talk to anyone? And do you know that talking to someone when you're so stressed helps a lot? Ask me. Ask me. I keep on saying one day I'll share my story of anxiety, and I'm telling you, talking to someone is very, very important. Being in a prison, it's like killing you because you die slowly. So, Rose, my dear, try everything involving a third party. Try that also and see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, I'm sorry to say this, but that guy is being unfair and he's making you sick. He's killing you slowly because you're going to develop a lot of mental problems. Yes. So make sure you involve in someone else and see how it goes. If you've already done it, see the kind of a man you have and see if it's something you can tolerate. If it's like a man telling you don't work, I'll be giving you everything you want. That is understandable. But now a man tells you don't work, but he cannot even provide. You cannot tolerate that. So look at the type of a man he is in terms of family, what he does for you and your family. Then depending on that, you can decide to tolerate as you keep on talking to him slowly. Or else you can even ask him, among my, let's say I have 10 friends, can you at least pick 5 for me? Because at this point, I don't really like advising people to leave their marriage. That's what I'm trying to avoid here. Because no one can tell you to leave your marriage until you feel it's the right thing to do for you. Not for anyone else, not for your kids, not for your family, not for your friends, for you. So check yourself, see if it's worth the risk of you giving everything and do as he says, as long as he's a good man. Besides that, he provides for his family, because you need also to think about your children. Yes, I always say women who stay in abusive marriages should not stay for the sake of the children. You should never stay for the sake of your children. No. Stay because you think you can tolerate it. But don't stay because, oh, my children. Because we've seen so many people who end up dead because they stayed in a marriage that was not working out and they knew it was not going anywhere, but they stayed. So don't stay for the sake of the children. You can always co-parenting and it goes smoothly than being in the house. You're fighting every day, you're abusing every day, and then sometimes you end up killing each other. No, don't stay for the sake of the children. Stay because you think it's worth staying. Whatever problems you guys have, you can tolerate them, if you, let's say, you ignore. But don't stay. You see things are so bad. This man comes every day, starts beating you, starts kicking you, he doesn't provide for your children, and then you stay. No. No. Everyone in this world has one chance of life. So if you live your life being tortured by this one person, like, there's no any other life outside this person's life, then you're killing yourself. You're killing yourself. And when you die, your children will lose more. You rather separate, and co-parenting comes in, and you all live your lives, and the children have a chance of being with mom and being with dad than losing any of you or all of you. So, my dear Rose, I hope, I hope, I hope, I hope you watch this, but it's so sad, and I pray that you get a decision, you get a solution. Yeah. Let me know how it goes. Kindly, family, friends, comment. Advise Rose. Yes, she's called Rose. Advise Rose on what to do, on how to handle, and tell us if you've ever experienced such a thing or you've been in that situation. How did you handle it? Let us know so that she can have a lot of options to try before she gives up. Or you never know, it may, if it worked for you, it can work for her. You never know. So she needs to try everything. She needs to try everything. So I'll see you next time, guys. And please send more messages like this so that we can talk as a group and, advise people, because it's important to talk to people. It's important to hear other people's opinion once in a while. Yes, you don't need to take what we tell you, but at least you can pick 1, 2, 3 things out of it and, use it and see if it works out for you. So I'll see you next time. Thank you. Continue to like, subscribe, and share. Yes, yes, share with your friends. Tell them to join the group. Tell them to join the channel. I'll see you next time. See you. Bye-bye.